listening to S1Live, Sheffield's #1 student radio show.
Hello and welcome to S1Live Christmas Cracker. Coming up on today's show.
Christmas has lost its sort of special kind of feel because it is too much about remembering what it was like with Mum and Dad.
We'll be finding out with Will what is the true meaning of Christmas.
Also coming up on today's show, how much do we know about the Nativity? That was absolutely brilliant, whatever that, even if it was quite premature. And we've got Rayla and Rabia, they'll be talking about how other faiths celebrate Christmas.
People have overindulged at Christmas, and it's just a very popular New Year's resolution for everybody.
New Year's resolutions and beating the Christmas bulls. We'll be talking about that with Jade.
Plus, Dave will be regularly updating the team and listeners on facts about Christmas, but first he's bringing us the news.
News. In today's news, the Home Secretary Theresa May has announced a new police inquiry into the Hillsborough disaster, re-examining what happened in April 1989 as the Attorney General prepares to ask the High Court to reject inquest verdicts on the 96 victims. Dominic Grieve will make his request 3 months after a new report established that 41 of those who died might have been saved using new medical evidence. The Home Secretary said that she was determined to see a swift and thorough response to the findings of the Hillsborough panel to deliver justice for the 96 football fans who died and the families who have fought so hard on their behalf. The findings of the original inquest showed police and emergency services had made strenuous attempts to deflect the blame for the disaster onto the fans. More than 160 police statements have been altered, 116 of them to remove or change negative comments about the policing of the match. Anne Williams, whose 15-year-old son Kevin died in the Hillsborough disaster, has travelled to London to hear for herself if the High Court will quash the original inquest verdicts of accidental deaths for the 96 people who died.
I've been refused so many times with, Attorney Generals beforehand and seeking a new inquest. I didn't think we'd do it. So it's going to be a good day to hear. I mean, as it stands now, Hills was classed as an accident, and everybody knows it wasn't an accident. And we need that accidental death verdict quashing. I've always said my son, didn't die in an accident. My son was unlawfully killed at the least.
Ian Watkins, the singer of Welsh rock band Lost Prophets, has been charged with sexual offences against children. Watkins of Pontypridd, South Wales, will appear before Cardiff magistrates on Wednesday, charged with conspiracy to engage in sexual activity with a female under 13 and possession and distribution of indecent images of children. 2 women aged 20 and 24 from Doncaster and Bedford have also been charged with similar offences after the 3 were questioned at Cardiff Bay Police Station, said South Wales Police. And news just in on that story, Watkins has actually been denied bail. The internet was alive with rumours yesterday alleging that online photo sharing service Instagram's new privacy policy allowed it to sell users' photos to advertising companies without notification. However, the site that was bought by Facebook last year is currently used by 10 million people worldwide, has said that a confusing choice of language had been incorrectly interpreted. Instagram Chief Executive Kevin Systrom said in a blog post, "It is our mistake that this language is confusing. We are working on updating language in the terms to make sure this is clear. Whatever the consequence, compulsory changes to Instagram's terms of service are due to come into effect on 16th of January. And finally, in a new twist on political correctness, Santa has been denied his pipe by publishers in Canada. Pamela McCall changed the 18th century poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, better known by its first line, "'Twas the night before Christmas," by omitting any mention or image of Santa puffing on a smoking pipe, to save lives and avoid influencing new smokers. Santa was unfortunately unavailable for comment at this time. That's all for today's news. I have been David Cheramala.
Hi, this is Jen, and you're listening to S1Live.
And in sport, quick before we go, Leeds and Chelsea will be taking part in tonight's quarter-final Carling Cup clash at Ellen Road. The Blues and the Whites will do battle to see who will join Bradford, Villa, and who was the other one? Bradford, Villa and Swansea. Got there in the end. Elsewhere, Liverpool are making their moves in the January transfer window. Chelsea striker Daniel Sturridge is expected to sign the Reds for a fee in the region of £12 million. The 23-year-old has struggled to make an impact at Stamford Bridge since joining the Blues 3 years ago. Meanwhile, former academy player Thomas Ince is poised to rejoin the Anfield Club. Yep, the Blackpool winger will reportedly cost £6 million. And finally, Arsenal have postponed their Boxing Day clash with West Ham due to the proposed industrial action on the London Underground. It's 3:25. You're listening to S1 Live.
Hi, I'm Jade and you're listening to S1 Live.
So, is everyone feeling festive today?
I think so.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I'm wearing my very sporting, lovely...
They are brilliant.
I was going to say, I wish people could see what you look like, because you look quite funny.
I'll tell you what, we'll take a photo. Upload it to Twitter. If you want to see what Tom looks like today.
Oh, yeah, we've got me dancing. I've got antlers on my head. What more can we do?
You're just a class clown, really,
I'm just a class
There's always
clown.
one.
Yeah,
absolutely. And talking about jokes, we've got a few cracking
That's a
ones.
very nice
to get
cue
you in the
you've
mood.
just done there
Absolutely.
as well.
That was a brilliant bit of radio, if I may say so myself. Absolutely.
Not even scripted.
Yeah, absolutely. So, joke number 1. What beats his chest and swings from Christmas cake to Christmas cake?
I don't know, Dave.
What does?
Marzipan. It's a bit rubbish, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
More of them to come, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. What did the Eskimos sing when they got their Christmas dinner?
What?
Whale meet again. Don't know where, don't know when. These are horrible. These are actually horrible. They make you feel a little bit sick.
One more, go on.
These are brilliant.
Changing the atmosphere.
What happens if you eat the Christmas decorations?
What does
You
happen?
get tinselitis. Dear, oh dear.
The best of a bad bunch, really, isn't it?
That's absolutely horrible.
If you've got any Christmas jokes which you think are worthy of being on air, tweet us at S1Live.
Good ones, please.
Good ones. Yes.
Yeah.
Good ones.
Good ones.
Hey, this is Tom, and you're listening to S1 Live.
Well, with Christmas less than a week away now, it's very difficult to escape the fact that there really is a real Christmas buzz here in the air. Everywhere you turn, you're greeted with the ideal Christmas present. But what does it now mean to celebrate Christmas? And is it now simply a celebration of just eating turkey and exchanging presents? Well, earlier today, I spoke to David Dipple, who himself is a Christian and a supporter of the meaning of Christmas, being that based around religion. And I firstly asked him what he believes is the true meaning of Christmas.
Christmas means the birth of Jesus. I think it's very sad if we call it Christmas and we don't really celebrate the birth of Jesus. We just have presents and good food and drink and whatever. Because if that's all it is at the end of the Christmas period, all you have is empty boxes, empty wine bottles, turkey carcasses and nothing else that is life-changing. So I think Christmas is perhaps has a deeper meaning than perhaps many people in Britain today think.
I then went and asked him what he thinks is the current Christmas message here in 2012. Have you found that the Christmas message has either become stronger or maybe the opposite?
I think sadly it's become. I think Christmas has just become more commercial, and it's all about buying things, and perhaps people getting into debt, and particularly in today's Britain when that is obviously a real problem. Then perhaps it's less about buying things and giving things, but actually giving things in different ways and showing love for everyone, just as God showed love by sending his son Jesus on that first Christmas day.
And finally, I asked him who he thinks who's to blame, as less people believe in the original Christmas message. Who do you think's to blame for less people believing?
I think it's the way things are, really. I think in our world we've got very much we're flooded on the television with commercials all about the commercial side and buying things. Magazines are the same. They just tell you to keep buying. And I think we tend to be affected an awful lot by what is on the television, what adverts say, and what magazines say. I suppose that's why all the companies that are selling things put their adverts on TV, because they know it works. And it seduces people into thinking that's really what it's all about.
Well, joining me now on the phone is Phil Reynolds, who is a self-confessed atheist and has a different opinion on the meaning of Christmas. Phil, are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, Will.
What do you think is the meaning of Christmas here in 2012?
Well, Christmas means different things to different people, but speaking as an atheist, I mean, Christmas for me is just something that, as I've grown up, obviously, when we're small children, Christmas is a magical time of year, and when you grow up, if you don't believe in the religious side of it, you still sort of yearn, I suppose, to recapture that magic and that innocence of Christmas that you felt as a child. But there's plenty of other things going on at Christmas that aren't to do with the religious message. And I mean, all of the the sort of Christmas traditions of decorating the house and giving presents and all those sort of things don't actually have any significance in religious terms. They actually come from the pagan traditions of Yuletide that predate the Christian message. So there's plenty there for non-Christians to follow and to enjoy.
Have you found that the message of Christmas is to be more based around exchanging presents than say that of Christ?
Well, again, you talk about the message of Christmas. I think, there's only a message in Christmas if you choose to look for one. The most important aspect of Christmas for me is that it's a time to have some respite from the normal world and to spend some time with the people who matter to you, with your home, your family, and to get, sort of once a year a chance to take a break from all from the rat race. So I think. Asking about the message of Christmas, I think for me there's no message in it. It's simply a time of year when it's a chance to relax and unwind and think about the things that matter to you.
Why do you think the message of Christmas, or the meaning of Christmas, however, has changed in the past few years?
Well, I think inevitably, as we grow and develop as a society, the religious importance of to people becomes less and less significant. If you think sort of 300 or 400 years ago, we lived in a society when people believed in witchcraft, witches were burnt at the stake, that sort of thing. And nowadays we look upon those sort of beliefs as primitive. And I firmly believe that in 300 or 400 years from now, sort of church going will be looked upon as a similarly sort of quaint and archaic custom. So as society develops, there is a constantly less and less importance put on superstitious things, if you like, and people are more concerned with what's real and what actually matters to them.
Do you think Christmas will ever solely be based just around religion, or do you think that times are past and it will maybe even be a mix between giving presents and that of the birth of Christ?
Well, it is a mix at the moment. For people who choose to believe in that. I think there's very much a place in any culture for certain annual festivals that give us a chance to do something a bit different. It would be nice to have a festival in this country that's more like the American Thanksgiving, say, which is a family-oriented time and a public holiday that's not based around a religious festival. So I think we could do with more of that.
And finally, what's a typical Christmas day like for you?
It'll be getting up. It'll be having a nice breakfast, maybe a glass of champagne or Bucks Fizz with my partner, opening presents, lighting a fire, and then having the family around for lunch.
That's brilliant. Thank you ever so much for talking to us, and Merry Christmas.
You're welcome. Thanks to you.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Well, alongside a period of festive and family enjoyment, Christmas even can be a time of reflection for some and to remember those that are no longer with us. Christmas holds so many amazing memories for people, but often the Christmas spirit is no longer there for some. Well, on Monday, I spoke to William about a life beyond losing both of his parents to cancer and how he now spends Christmas without them.
Silent night, holy night.
Christmas has lost its sort of special kind of feel because it is too much about remembering what it was like with mum and dad. So it's got that sort of edge to it now. So I think most of the time we're happy just to get on and do our own thing. Dad died first, and so the following Christmas we all congregated as usual, and it became about keeping mum's spirits up and trying to make it as normal as we could. Then a few years later, when mum went, that changed things completely. There was no longer that sort of focal point for my brothers and sisters and me to gather to. When I was very young, they ran a pub, so it was a very busy time of year, that lead up to Christmas. So as soon as school broke up, which might only be a few days before Christmas, it would be a real frantic time in the pub. And then Christmas Eve, Mum would realise that she'd still got most of the shopping to do. So she'd take me and my elder sister around the town, and we'd frantically be trying to remember who that we got to get for and everything. I know that my brother will take a tiny sort of, minibar bottle-sized bottle of whiskey and another one of sherry, and he'll take them down to this tree on this common land where we sort of scattered their ashes. And so he will pour that drink on the ground as a sort of Christmas drink for Mum and Dad. As my friends have grown up and had kids, and it all becomes about, making Christmas great for the kids and magical for them, that's fair enough. But I feel sort of removed from it now. Christmas becomes an excuse for getting together rather than something that we get together to celebrate.
Often with the original message of Christmas being lost, I think it's very easy to forget that alongside a time of celebration and enjoyment and of exchanging gifts, it can be a very difficult time for some. How do you spend Christmas? Do send us your thoughts.
Dave's Christmas Fact.
What a ridiculous jingle
It is a
that is.
ridiculous
That is an absolute
It really is a ridiculous jingle.
However, I do have a fact for you. Well, a couple of facts, actually. Nearly 60 million Christmas trees are grown each year in Europe, and the world's largest Christmas tree was erected at a shopping mall in Washington in 1950 and measured a whopping 67 metres high, which is 3 metres taller than Sheffield Town Hall's clock tower.
Great choice of words.
Yeah, well,
erected, whopping, let's see what other words we can
Clock
get
tower
in
is my favourite.
Honest to God.
Sorry.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, you are, in fact, listening to S1Live.
Yeah, a very
Hi, I'm Will. Follow us on Twitter at S1Live.
I forgot where I was. I'm really sorry.
Oh, dear me.
I apologise.
Come on, Sam.
hello,
Get a
Sam,
grip. Let's get you on the mic.
How do I follow that? Wow. Well, anyway, Sammy Shoe here. Good evening, people. Good afternoon, should I say, even. Lost my sense of time as well. With 6 days to go just until Christmas, it is easy to get carried away with all the festive hype. But as a nation, are we sometimes a little guilty of forgetting exactly why we pull those crackers and tear open those presents? With a recent survey revealing that 40% of Britons believe Santa was baby Jesus' first visitor, I've been out to see if this is really the case. So, what do you know about the nativity play, the Christmas nativity?
I don't know nothing about it.
Anything at all?
Nope, not heard of anything about it.
I don't really know much about the nativity story myself. I'm not too sure of it now, to be honest. I didn't really listen much during school.
Who do you think that baby Jesus' first visitor was?
I would say his mum, Mary.
I ain't got a clue, mate. Mary? Was it Mary?
So it would seem that the rumours are true. Worrying signs indeed. Do you know the full nativity story though? People out there, is it right to celebrate Christmas without doing so? So tweet us at S1Live and I'll be reading those out later on. Now we've heard from some quite interesting stories already, but are those out there that remember? There are some out there that remember crystal clearly why we celebrate Christmas and the importance of religion at this time of year. And I spoke to Mary from the Ecclesall parish.
Well, I'm 60 now, but when I was 5, I was in the nativity play myself. There's baby Jesus, Virgin Mary, and Joseph, and the star of Bethlehem above shone, and the 3 wise men brought Frankenstein and myrrh, etc., etc. It was a magical time, and it made our world as it is today for the people that believe in the nativity play.
So guys, come on, talk to me. What do you think? All things nativity-wise, what do you guys know about the nativity so far? And be careful, because I will be testing you later on.
Right, well, I have a bit of a confession to make. When I was in lower school, when I was about, what would I have been, 5 or 6, We all did a nativity play. Our teacher decided to host one every Christmas, and our parents would come in and watch it. And one year, I really wanted to be Joseph. I wanted to be the big bloke. I wanted to have the big Oscar number. And then they gave me a donkey. And I sobbed myself to sleep when I found out I was going to be a donkey. I wasn't popular enough to be Joseph, but no. After that, I didn't really bother with a nativity play.
Well, I actually did get cast as Mary.
Did you?
So
of course you did.
What
a surprise! What, the Virgin Bride?
Oh. I can't say what I was going to say on radio. But you know what you can do. I think I know it quite well. I guess we'll see later on in the quiz, won't we?
Well, I mean, quickly, me myself, I was Santa Claus in a nativity story. So somehow I can see how at lower school things can be confused, because we had the nativity, but we also had Santa travelling around the world. I can see that one of our studio members finds that rather funny that I was Santa Claus. Thank you for that, Rayla.
Was Santa part of the nativity play then? I didn't realise who it was.
No, well, this is the thing, because it's like so multicultural now. I think they try and bring it in different aspects, so it's not solely based just on Jesus.
I hope we're not answering your Christmas quiz here.
Oh, we will be moving on to the Christmas quiz very shortly. So we've listened to people in here, we've listened to people on the streets, but surely there is only one man who can have his say on this. So I'm here with the man himself, the man everyone is talking about this month. No, it's not James Arthur, but instead it's Santa Claus who joins me right in the heart of his very Christmassy grotto.
Ho ho ho! To the students again. Ho ho ho!
First of all, Santa, 40% of Great Britons believe that it was you that was baby Jesus' first visitor. Can you confirm this?
I can confirm this. I've got the ring on my finger that shows me that I am the real Santa Claus, and I was there. We've not ever had any non-believers in this cabin at all. No, everybody that comes in believes. If they don't believe, they do believe when they go out.
What about the children's knowledge on the nativity play?
Children's knowledge is very good, I found. And that's across all gender and all religions as well. It seems that people do know about Christmas.
So, can I just say, what an absolute pleasure it was to meet Santa Claus.
It sounds like you had a couple of drinks down there. Slurring as a Santa.
He's an interesting character, and I will say he did get me on his lap after the meeting. We had a cheeky picture. But anyway, we have a quiz to move on to. So, guys, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Guys, sound more excited. Come on.
Are we allowed to confer, or is it...
Do you know what I'm going to say is who can shout in first.
Okay.
And I'm going to award a prize.
Jay's so competitive as well.
First things first. Who told Mary that she would be having the baby Jesus?
Baby Angel.
Oh.
Angel
Gabriel.
William Connolly.
Thank
1
you very
0
much.
takes
Was it
the lead.
Gabriel?
What was it?
It certainly was.
It's Angel Gabriel because I played it in school.
Yeah, but...
I wouldn't have got
whatever.
that.
It's the Angel Gabriel.
That's
Which
what I meant...
Jade, stop being bitter. I got it right, alright?
Silence.
Sorry.
Which baby leaped into the womb of his mother at the sound of Mary's voice?
Jesus.
No.
What? Repeat that.
Which baby
jumped
whilst in the womb of his mother at the sound of Mary's voice? Caused a real commotion.
Well,
very
Jesus is Mary's...
Nah, you're wrong. It's John the Baptist. Move on. Why did Joseph marry Mary after he learned that she was going to have a child?
Because it was God's child.
Any other takers?
Because it was the noble thing to do.
It was an angel who appeared to him in a dream after Mary told her.
Oh,
guys,
God, this is terrible.
This is normal
This is
nativity
awful.
knowledge. This is my
No
point.
wonder I failed RE.
I think you're making half of it up.
Well, I made the other one up. But okay, an easy one. Where was Jesus born?
Bethlehem.
A stable.
Bethlehem.
Oh.
A stable. In a stable.
Brilliant.
With the horses.
Brilliant. It was Nazareth.
Nazareth. Oh.
Nazareth? Would you believe
God,
it?
we are so ignorant.
Right.
Well,
Who was the king of Judea when Jesus was born?
Judah. I mean...
Herod. King Herod.
I don't know.
William Connolly.
King
2-0.
Herod.
Finally.
Oh, yeah.
Why did Mary and Joseph have to travel to Bethlehem?
I know this.
That's where
Because the three's...
The star in the
Oh,
star.
they followed the star.
The star.
Guys, I'm going to say it's a lot easier than that. Maybe surprising to you, to pay their taxes. Would you believe it?
Boring. How very boring indeed.
So they have...
So who's the tax man then?
Oh,
The donkey.
King Herod.
King
Herod.
You see, guys, this is my point that I'm trying to make. We need to brush up on our nativity knowledge. But anyway, finally, let's go to a speech from the very man himself. I'm signing out from Sammy Shue here at S1Live. Goodbye.
Can we all seem to get on better than what we've been getting on? I mean, this year was the Olympic year, and everybody got on. It was on TV the other day in the sports personalities. How no matter what nationality you are, everybody comes together, and that's what Christmas is about, really, coming together. Whether you're in America, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in England, whether you're in France, wherever you are in the world, it's about peace and love.
Dave's Christmas Fact.
That's right, people. It's time for another couple of facts. So, Jingle Bells was actually the first song broadcast from space when Gemini's 6 astronauts, Tom Stafford and Wally Schirra, sang it on December 16th, 1965. And a bit of a weird one for you, but Iceland actually has 13 Santas who come down from the mountains one by one, starting on December the 12th, each leaving a gift for children, and have names like Spoonlicker, Door Sniffer, and Meat Hook, which is quite something.
So much double entendre.
Absolutely, it sounds like the nicknames of Jade's previous boyfriend. To be honest with you there, people, let's be honest.
I hate you so much right now.
I joke.
That's why we need
Absolutely.
Where did that go?
Are we going to move on? Right, let's
Go
move
on then.
Today, we're going to be talking about how other faiths celebrate Christmas. I have our reporters, Rabia and Rayla, in the studio to tell you more.
Hey Tom, so how do you think Christmas is celebrated by people of other faiths other than Christianity?
Girls, as you know, after that nativity play and all the other religious stuff that we've had going on, I'm completely baffled and very ignorant surrounding that sort of thing, to be honest. Tell me more.
Well, me and Rayla were having a chat about her family and how she celebrated Christmas.
Well, my family, they love it because it's the only time of year where the day begins with presents and the night ends with family sat around watching Back to the Future. But on a serious note, for Muslims, Christmas is important because Jesus is in our religion as well, but he's known as Prophet Isa. The only thing is, though, we are not allowed to drink on Christmas Day because that's against our religion, or sing Christmas carols because that's not the meaning of Christmas. But we are allowed to exchange gifts, sit around and enjoy our family's company, and remember those who are not with us anymore. So, yeah. That's it, really.
Well, I'm also a Muslim, but I don't actually celebrate Christmas. It's not because I think there's anything wrong with celebrating it. It's just as a family, it's something that we've never done. But we also spoke to Guru Josh, who's a practicing Sikh, about how he feels about the festival.
My grandparents, I think it's been passed down because they were from India and the British ruled India in one time. So we've kind of adopted the British values, and even though I'm practicing Sikh, there's no restrictions. Obviously, in us celebrating Christmas, Sikhism aside, we live in Britain, so we've kind of adopted the British value. I wouldn't class myself as an Indian, but a British Indian, which is different because we all live in, England, so we all watch the same programmes, the same soaps. So we all, Christmas is a big part of England, we've got the Christmas trees up, we've got the Christmas carols, Mariah Carey's always on the radio. So from going to school as well, it's kind of been incorporated and passed down through generations. So that's the reason why we kind of celebrate Christmas. On Christmas Day, we have the Christmas turkey, we give out presents, or the family comes round, sometimes watch the Queen's speech, the Big EastEnders storyline comes out. So we are kind of like, every other family, even though, again, I'd like to say, even though we're Sikhs, we still celebrate Christmas.
Well, for an insight into the Hindu beliefs, I spoke to Meera.
Well, as a Hindu, I probably celebrate Diwali more on the religious side, but because I've been born and raised in this country, I still do take part in Christmas celebrations, mainly sort of at school when everyone would give each other Christmas cards and you'd do carol service and nativity plays. And also on Christmas Day, me and my family will all get together and probably have a nice Christmas meal, and we all give each other Christmas presents, and we just sort of take the day off and we don't celebrate Christmas, but we celebrate being a family and quality time.
Now, we were hoping to get Rabbi Gollum, who is Sheffield's official rabbi, but I don't think we've got him on the phone, have we? Have we got him on the phone? We haven't got through to him. That's a shame. Right, I'm going to put it to the presenters and Rayla and Rabia. Do you think that Christmas has become commercialised? If you get sent Christmas cards, etc., do you think that Jews and people who don't celebrate Christmas, Muslims who don't celebrate Christmas, do you think they're offended by that?
I'm not personally offended by Christmas cards. Like, I send out Christmas cards to my friends and our neighbours and stuff. It's just a normal thing that we've become used to doing, so I'm not personally offended by it.
Yeah, and do you know what? I prefer to send Christmas cards than Eid cards because I think they look prettier.
I think it's something like in our country, though, isn't it? I think if people are coming into our country, like, they should maybe adopt some of the values that we not like. They don't have to like necessarily believe in them, but I think it's nice and kind of brings us all together as a community when we all sort of celebrate the same festivals and stuff.
But someone like me who is an atheist, do you think I'm a bit of a hypocrite celebrating Christmas as it's not part of my belief?
I don't think so, because, going back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of what does Christmas mean today, Christmas doesn't just mean about religion anymore. It's not like it's a festival or a celebration that's based just around religion. It's gone past that, and it's gone past. Yeah. And if you don't like Christmas for whatever reason, then that's fair enough. But most people will celebrate it in some form of way because it's a holiday as such. It's more of a holiday than it is something to do with religion. I think, therefore, that's why people from all different faiths can get involved, because it's not a celebration, okay, originally it was a celebration of Christ, but I'd say today it's probably not based just around that, so therefore it's nice that it can be for everyone.
Yeah, I think it's more of a celebration for loved ones, really, isn't it now? Like, because obviously families don't really get that much time together nowadays, I don't think, so it's nice just to get to be all together again.
Rabbi Rella, can I put it to you again? What's an alternative to Christmas for people who don't celebrate it?
Their own religious festivals, like for Hindus it's Diwali, for Sikhs it's Vaisakhi, for Jews it's Hanukkah, and for Islam it's Eid.
So what will you be doing on Christmas?
We get double. My traditional Christmas day goes like, we wake up in the morning, we open up lots and lots of presents, then Mum starts cooking, we sit around the telly, and then we enjoy spicy chicken. Rather than turkey.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
That sounds better than ours.
And then we go around to my grand's where everybody gets around. Sometimes we do fireworks as well. And that's it. Put movie on and go to bed.
Dave, were you going to jump in there?
I was just going to say about the spicy chicken. I think that's something that we should probably adopt. I'll be honest with you. That sounds amazing. It sounds better than a horrible dry turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Boxing Day, you can have like turkey corn, turkey sandwiches.
Actually, wait for one of my facts later. I'm not going to say anything.
That was not a coincidence.
Cliffhanger.
Girls, thank you very much. Sorry we couldn't get that gentleman on the phone. It's 3:53. You're listening to S1 Live.
Hi, I'm Will. Follow us on Twitter at S1Live.
Now, as 2013 approaches, many people are looking at improving themselves for the new year, setting themselves New Year's resolutions. Have any of you guys got any New Year's resolutions this year?
Not at the moment. I will have one by 1st January 2013. Well, what about you? Have you got one?
I'd like to try and get fit, but that's never going to happen. It's never, ever going to happen, but we can all hope.
Well, you're not the only people making New Year's resolutions. Last year, nearly half of the population made them, but not surprisingly, I don't think, only 8% of those people were actually successful. And after a lot of gorging on turkey, chocolate and alcohol over Christmas, many people's New Year's resolution is the same as yours, Will, and they want to lose weight. In fact...
Oh, thanks.
I think we all do. In fact, a study by All About Health showed that 6 out of 10 people's New Year's resolution last year was to be more healthy or lose weight. In light of this, celebrities often take advantage by releasing their own fitness DVDs in the new year. So...
Are we going to play a clip? Have we got a clip?
Yeah.
There's something playing there. I'm not quite
sure. Have we got a clip?
It was supposed to be The Only Way is Essex DVD trailer, which you've probably been doing a favour not listening to that anyway. So.
I spent a good 30 seconds recording that as well. I'm gutted.
Well, so the question that I wanted to ask is, are we just using New Year's as an excuse to start these fad diets, knowing full well that in the new year, after about 2 weeks, we're going to give them up? Carol, who joined a weight loss programme last year as part of turning over a new leaf, said she wanted to lose 2 stone, which she initially thought was quite simple.
It was quite easy, really. It was a point system, and for each food item that you had to add up the points that you had. And then by the end of the day, you knew how many points you'd got left for treats and things.
But with these quick fixes, it's not always what you want. The novelty began to wear off for Carol, and she quickly became bored of the plan and missed the food that she was cooking for her family.
I think with it being a New Year's resolution, I did find it a little bit easier for the first few weeks because I think, you sort of get your head into the right frame of mind. But after that initial boost of it being a new year, it started to fade a bit, I'm afraid.
Now, even though Carol decided not to carry on with this plan, she says that people shouldn't be put off by the idea, and it can be a positive step in the right direction, as she proved by losing half the weight she wanted.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend that particular diet because it was quite a healthy option. It wasn't a quick fix, but I did manage to lose half the weight. So, yeah, I was happy, really, at the end of it.
Now, although Carol decided to take the route of tackling what she ate, many people actually choose to use an alternative and join the gym in the new year. I spoke to Nikki Cox, who is a sales manager at Nuffield Health Gym. She says that many people panic after scoffing over Christmas, which causes them to join the gym.
January is the busiest time of the year for us. People have overindulged at Christmas, and it's just a very popular New Year's resolution for everybody.
Well, that opens up a new debate. Why are we so conscious of our body image? And is this something that we need to tackle year in, year out? Nikki feels that there is a significant pressure on us to lose weight.
I think there's a lot of focus on it. I do, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of obviously things in the media and magazines, and I do think people are more conscious about it nowadays. Absolutely.
Yet, despite the pressures, she says losing weight needn't be stressful, and there is help at hand.
Come on down to Nuffield ASAP. We'll help you. Come on down. We'll give you a complimentary day. Come and try it out. Meet one of our, friendly personal trainers. Let's get you on board for the health MOT, and we'll help you achieve your goals.
Well, that was Nikki Cox from Nuffield Health Centre. For any more advice or information, go to our Twitter at S1Live.
Dave's Christmas Fact.
Oh, I'm getting kind of sick of that, I'll be honest with you.
I love it.
You still like it? You still like it? Right, well, my third instalment of my Christmas facts is just going off what we were saying before about the turkey being traditional. And
Sorry,
you were loving
Dave.
it.
So sorry.
Actually, the traditional Christmas meal in England before turkey was a pig's head and mustard, which is quite something, really, isn't it?
I want to try goose.
Goose is actually quite nice.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, goose is very nice. It's a bit kind of ducky. It's nice.
Well,
ducky.
I like a bit of duck.
I like a bit of duck, mate. No, yeah, very good indeed. And also, just another quick fact: many parts of the Christmas tree can actually be eaten, with the needles being a good source of vitamin C. Although, I'm not sure whether you want to be chomping on a Christmas tree anytime soon.
Will, have you got any tweets for us? Sorry to put you on the spot. Have you got any tweets for us?
So yeah, we've had quite a lot of stuff. If the computer doesn't freeze as it likes to.
So we're having technology meltdown here, aren't we?
Oh, come on. Right. Well, a lot of people are getting in contact about the bad jokes and saying that they're enjoying Dave's bad Christmas jokes as the computer freezes. Here we go. Thanks for playing ball computer. Loads of people have said about what they do on Christmas. Lucy Ellis said that going home is the best thing about Christmas, and terrible ball games, 82's Trivial Pursuit, with all 30 plus members of their family. God, that'd be a Christmas teasel. All of these Christmas jokes absolutely slay me. That's from Sophie as well.
I like
Thomas said slobbing after a Christmas dinner with a Di Serrano and Coke. And Dave, just for you, Dave, from one Dave to another, saying the jokes actually hurt me. Thanks for sending us in. Please do. Please let us on any of the subjects that we've been talking about here. We do love to hear from you. Well, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our final show, and that is the end of the S1Live era, as Jade looks very sad.
It's sad.
Are we going to miss this?
Yeah, it's been really nice, hasn't it?
It's flown by over the last 5 weeks.
How are you going to get over it, Jade?
Probably get drunk.
In standard Jade fashion. I like it a lot.
I have to say, a big thank goes out to everyone who has helped us over the last few weeks. All the live guests and all the tweets, all the hundreds of tweets that everyone sent us. And to our co-editor Jenny as well, who's put up with us the last 5 weeks.
Amazing. Thank you, Jenny.
Who's sporting the most stunning of Christmas jumpers today.
Well, I'm afraid we have to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. And thank you for everything. Goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.